All right. So we are live now. Perfect. So this is the agenda today, right? I mean, there's a lot of buzz around when you guys all would already know that there is a lot of buzz around ChatGPT, right? And how do we integrate that with Mulesoft? And of course, we'll do a networking time Q&A and all those things. So moving on to this is, I mean, I'm the organizer and the speaker both for this meetup, so nothing much there to say. All right, ChatGPT coming to the point now. So everybody has or would have seen that screen, I guess, this screen, right? Anybody who has not seen this screen, any show of hands on that area? No, I guess everybody has done that. All right, so anybody can somebody brief me about what exactly is ChatGPT and what it can do? Anybody on the on a few basics of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
AI.
So
Yeah.
ChatGPT is basically an artificial intelligence chatbot which is
Hmm.
developed by the OpenAI.
Right.
So it's built on the top of the OpenAI, I would say, and which contains a like a large number of languages model inside it.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. So, of course, ChatGPT is built by OpenAI, and OpenAI, I guess, is now bought by Microsoft. So it comes under Microsoft's umbrella now. Okay, and you might have seen that it is getting integrated with their browser, this Microsoft Edge, and of course, basically they want to integrate that with Bing, that is their search engine, right? So I mean, if you go to, if you go to the screen, you know, so it will give you a few things, and you can type whatever you want, and you will get some results out of it, right? But if you dig a bit more, right? If I ask this ChatGPT any question, so I can write write. So it will do that for me. Okay? It will give some documentation around also, which is also useful. But is that enough? I mean, if you say that is that thing enough, and or it is fully capable of writing a query which can be directly implemented in your code. So that might, be highly unlikely, not possible, but you will have to change and customize it according to your needs. But this will give you a head start, right? Somebody with no prior experience, somebody from maybe you can say um, functional analysts, BAs, and all those people, right, who are starting their careers maybe, and they don't know some syntaxes, or they're new to those coding area. People who are from non-tech backgrounds and but are from business side, or they are from business development side. Those people, right, they can do that. They can use this and they can try to leverage it, and maybe just write joins, and not only SQL but also some level of code, or SOQL from Salesforce, and those kind of things, right? I mean, those kind of things are like readily available also on internet. Plus, ChatGPT tries to give you specific results. That's a plus advantage of this ChatGPT, right? So that is one thing. Now, if I go back to the slide. So we'll talk about a bit of ChatGPT, and then we'll move to the actual topic, where how we can leverage this. So because if you okay, let me come to that point out afterwards. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is like this is uh, developed by OpenAI, and this is of course pre-trained thing, and designed to generate a human-like response. And it's a simplified overview of how ChatGPT works. You pre-train, like you feed a lot of data into those machines, then you fine-tune that. Like if the data is fine-tuned, and then in specific questions asked, it is fine-tuned, and then it develops, it creates inferences. Inferences is that you get a lot of data and you just summarize it into like 2 3 lines maybe. And then continuous learning, of course, it will keep on learning over the time. And so far, I guess 2020 was 2021 is the last year till when the data has been fed. I'm not sure about ChatGPT 4 version, how much, what till what date they have covered, but ChatGPT 3 at least was till 2021, right? I mean, till so every major event, or all the events till 2021 around the whole world, that data was fed till that day, right? So, of course, ChatGPT is able to convert this data or the questions they, and it will search the data all over the internet, and then it will process it. It will, and it will present to you. Right. So this is one thing, and of course there are a lot of uses you can think of, and Mulesoft. Integration with Mulesoft is, of course, a good thing to learn, and it's a very small part where you can do that integration. I'll show you that also how we can do that. But the reason we have come today to this meetup is that we want to understand how we can leverage this platform actually. I mean, and integration also, of course, but how we can exactly leverage this. Because if you go right now, and there will be a lot of talk around integrating with MuleSoft, but is that enough? Does that really solve a challenge, right? I mean, just for the POC purpose, we can do that. And but the actual business or the actual logic, or we can say generating something useful out of ChatGPT, right? With the help of MuleSoft, and of course, just not MuleSoft, it's also MuleSoft RPA plus integrating with Salesforce, and maybe you can say Salesforce flows, and you can say Composer, a lot of things, right? So that is the real deal here. It's not just the integration with MuleSoft. It's the real deal is analyzing and creating maybe a product, or solving a problem. I can give this ChatGPT platform to a 4 year or 5 year old, and he might keep searching random things here and there. But that is not the actual usage. It will give you a lot of insights around codes which you have not written, or can give you answers. But if you, but you have to remember that this is a pre-trained model. It knows only whatever is existing. It really doesn't knows what is going to happen in future. It's not like that, but it can analyze a lot of things faster, and of course with the whole computer power it has, right? So the real talk we'll be doing today is around the use cases. Okay. All right. Any questions still here? Any questions? Anybody wants to say anything around uh, this process? Anybody wants to add to something? No? All right. So, coming to applications of ChatGPT, right? The current, uh, you can say, analysis of where we have good use cases of ChatGPT, right? So, customer service and support, personal assistants, chatbots, of course, integrating with any product, or any UI, any web application as a chatbot, you can do that, and you can leverage that, right? It can help you with a lot of things there. Then translation, interpretation, education, e-learning, mental health counseling, a lot of things. I mean, it is learning over the time, and it will keep on improving uh, there might be a lot of questions to which it might be not having an answer right now. But over the time, as the data is getting fed to these machines, it will keep on becoming smarter. Right. And these are a few examples of ChatGPT. Right. And you have to think when it comes to ChatGPT, you have to start thinking because ChatGPT is just a starting. It's just a starting of what exactly the future will look like. Okay. It will replace. It will, of course, replace. It cannot replace everything, but it will replace a huge number of uh, people in terms of human resources. Yeah. It is going to change a lot of things. It is the first buzz right now. It is just the very beginning of what the future is going to look like. Right. And these are the few use cases you can think of right now. And in whatever projects you work on currently, and whatever businesses you talk to on a regular basis, you will see, or you can start thinking how we can leverage this and how we can, you know, uh, use its whole power to change something in terms of not just it's not you know not a good to have thing, but it is now a mandate thing to have. You need a lot of things like ChatGPT, and there are other applications also. So if you go to maybe you can say if you search on the internet and the applications built on ChatGPT with the help of ChatGPT, so there are a lot of there's a lot of space where you can say translations. This images as in application, or you can say enhancements, and a lot of things. You can play around with images. And we have what's images and videos. Anything, maybe. Yes. If you go onto the web today, there are a lot of applications, web applications specifically, right, which will help you generate content with the help of AI. And these are a few examples where you can create audio, video, documents. So the real deal, here is that let's suppose you want to create a video. Okay, you want to create a video which has some tutorial content, but you are not willing. You don't want to create something, live with. Like a video which has your face on it, and you don't want to do that. You want to create a video, but you want it to be perfect in terms of you know the pronunciations and the you can say the modulation of voice and everything. You want to perfectly do like that. Okay. So, and you want to create a tutorial video. Let's say you want to create a video on the topic can be uh, or learning news or whatever. Right. So now, what is the next step to do that? The first step is to create content. Content means you need text, images. Right? This is the first step. I'm just giving you an example how we can leverage this, and rest everything depends on your creativity and how you can leverage this platform. So, creating content, you can create a content. So, let's see if I write this. Then the second part is you have the content now, create a video. So these are two basic steps: create content and create a video. After that, right? So how you can do that is you can just go to ChatGPT. So let's go there and say. uh, So let's suppose you want to do this, right? So it will give you content. Now this content, there are a lot of applications currently, web applications, which these topics. You can feed these topics to those uh, web applications, and they will create a video with a choice of your voice if you want to. Right? So you can do that. You can create content with the help of ChatGPT. Create a video with applications built on ChatGPT or some other AI powered content creation applications, and you can create a video. So it's that simplified now. Yeah. In terms of creating, in terms of a use case, if you start thinking around that direction. Now, I mean, okay, we can create a video. We now have established that, right? But if you come to, let's suppose you are uh, into a business where, and everybody working currently, anybody, or if somebody, a few people can tell me in which industry they work with, what industry they are serving currently with this use of projects.
Mainly, I am just life science or life
Healthcare,
science and healthcare.
healthcare, okay, okay. Nobody else, nobody wants to share. Pankaj is here. Just a minute, guys. I'd just like to give access to these guys too, so that I can speak. Pankaj, you there?
Yes, yes.
How are you, man?
I'm good, Siva. Thank you. How are you? All good.
All good, all good. Long
Good
time.
session Good session going on, Siva.
Good session going on. Thank you. All right. How's everyone else? Team Pankaj?
Yeah, up new team. Yeah.
Building a new team. So we'll talk about that later. We'll continue the session. So thanks for joining, Pankaj. All right. So this is one thing is we have established, right, that we can create a video out of it. Right? And there are a lot of people who have that creativity edge where they can create videos. I mean, of course, not the general Instagram type, but something informative, uh, something which can change the course or which can help, which can create some sort of information. I can say yeah, it's like some tutorials in terms of not just a tech topic, but there are a lot of things which people are interested in. They can use that platform in terms of AI powered web create, this video creation, audio creation, and image creation, a lot of things, right? So I guess you already have seen Canva and those kind of. Now they are using AI and those kind of things to have creation of the templates they already have and those kind of things. So that is one very good use case that I saw. So and now coming back to that part where the kind of work we do, especially and how this is relevant to us. So if I start writing industries which we really work on, so of course healthcare is one of the biggest. Then we have retail, we have aviation, and supply chain. Not supply chain, you could say logistics, and all of other things, right? Those kind of things. So majorly it's like that. These industries, healthcare, retail, aviation, logistics, and all those industries. So how do we find a use case? How do you think that we can use ChatGPT, right? How we can use, and it's not just ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just one of the products. There are a lot of other products, like hundreds of products right now in terms of web applications, which can help you with your a lot of stuff in terms of audio, video, or enhancing these audios, videos, or applying a lot of filters here and there, creating images on based on your. If you want to create a image that is like not a real image, but it can create an AI image, right? So a lot of things there. But here, coming back to our industry, coming back to the reality of the kind of work we do, how we can use that, and that is the biggest part. How we can leverage that, how we can leverage that whole automation or AI based things in our system, right? So let's see if we are using this, and we are in these industries. So, kind of tech stack we have. What kind of tech stack we generally use? So, of course, Mulesoft. I can say any point platform. We have Salesforce. Okay. And this is a tech stack of a modern company. Company means somebody who is trying to enhance their tech stack. Not on They don't want to be on the legacy systems now. They want to enhance their systems which are handling their HR division, finance division, or those kind of things, right? And we have to work there. Cisco, that's sweet. Okay, Jira, all sort of attachment products there. Confluence, Jira, right? And we have the workspace tools. And anything else? Anybody else? Can we add anything to the list today? Anybody working on any other products?
Service now,
Service now, yeah.
SAP, and
Then we have our ERPs. ERPs in terms of SAP. So this is what a modern tech stack looks like. If you go in, and I guess everybody working on Mulesoft and the Salesforce ecosystem, they are generally in day-to-day life dealing with these. And there are, of course, there are a lot of legacy custom built solutions, and there are a lot of different products which are being created. But the tech stack will somewhere lie or will be incorporating many of these platforms. So, and Mulesoft ecosystem has great out of the box connectors to these all products now. So it becomes fairly easy to integrate these products and to work with them. Right now, this is where our interest area lies, right? And how do we, how you can say, how do we bring that AI automation capabilities to our usage? Our how can we make our life easier? And it's not just us making our life easier; it's for the business users or for the business, or how we can help them save, you know, hours. And I mean, everybody working day to day life, everybody has their now automation tasks in terms of automation. So everybody has automation targets now. If you go to, I guess Rohit is there, Rohit from Deloitte. So Deloitte will tell you to have those automation ads, right? And you can go to any big fours or any of the firms now. Now at the leadership level, it's always a talk about saving hours, and the targets are there for automation, right? And then I'm talking about the real world here right now. It's nothing imaginary. There are a lot of targets, and these targets are getting high by day. Every day, every year, they increase their targets for automation. They want to, whatever small processes are there, they can be, uh, you can say, be automated, and it's about with AI or with the help of any other products of RPA, machine learning, or whatever. Right? So these products are interest areas. Right? Now, if I go back to my slide, so we'll come to okay. Let's discuss this also, and then we'll move ahead with that. So, of course, advantages of these are like basic few points which I guess everybody is aware of. Right? Availability is very time, quick and accurate responses. So I mean, so far it has been fairly accurate, and there is nothing 100% in the world. So it is scalable product. It can it is cost effective and everything, right? Of course, and it comes with its own limitations also. So the data quality of what kind of data has been fed to the machines, on that basis only it can generate outcomes. And then second point is that it has biases in languages and culture, then limited ability to understand emotions and non-verbal cues. So you have to have very specific words, or you can say those cues which you give feed on. You have to, whenever you're chatting and whatever you want to ask, you have to be fairly be very specific around how or what exactly are you looking for. If you don't do that, and it will start generating random responses, right? Then unethical concern, of course. These are machines, they will not have those things. All right. So now coming to use cases using Mulesoft, Salesforce and Mulesoft ecosystem. So that is this is the topic where exactly I really want to focus on. Right? So I'm giving you a few ideas right now. These are few ideas, or which I was I was thinking around at least. You can use your own creativity, and you can build on these cues, and maybe you can start working, or you can develop some sort of POCs or this kind of thing which can be actual usage of Salesforce, this ChatGPT. Okay, because that is where we should be hitting uh, we should be hitting those areas where we can leverage chat. It's not, and of course, as I said, not just chat GPT, also other AI based products, and there is a plethora of that. There are a huge number of such products. If you go online and search for any image enhancer or video enhancer, video recorder, audio recorder, you'll find a lot of products. But the, I mean, you can, we can give you, or being tech savvy, we can create a lot of those things random products. But the only thing which can really help change things is how we use these platforms. Okay, I mean, it's like take an example. People have been using Facebook for their personal use, but people also used Facebook for their business, right? People used Instagram for their social content and those kind of things. But there are a lot of people who monetize that, and they made a fair good use of Instagram, right? And other social media. How you use it, it's always about how you use it, right? Everything is there. I mean, and in today's world, in terms of where knowledge is everywhere and it's fairly accessible, and things are fairly very simplified now in terms of if you want to create, if you like back for 3 4 years when ChatGPT and those AI based products were not there, you have to really go and create a video. Yeah, so in that case, you have to sit with a camera, facing a camera, and you have to record that, and you will have to edit it and everything. But here, it's simplified now. You can create the content, and it will just be flawless in terms of audio and content and those kind of things, right? Things are that easy, and we have to start thinking in that direction. Okay? So these are a few use cases which I could think of. Anybody wants to share, add to this list, or uh, thinks something different from these use cases? Anyone? All thoughts are welcome. There is nothing you know, a good idea or a bad idea. Yes, no, maybe. Hi, hello. No, nobody had breakfast today.
Hey, hi, Shiva.
Yeah, okay.
This is an interesting session. One of the use cases that I just found was writing API specs. I have ChatGPT open besides me right now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, okay, let me give it a try, and I'm surprised by how quickly it was able to create a specification. I'm almost worried now.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is nothing to be afraid of there because people who keep on learning. I mean, of course, it can learn faster than you, but when it comes to the customization of things, it really needs that creativity and human mind. And so, but yeah, there is a lot to worry, of course, also. That is.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anybody wants to add to this list? This is something people can give you. People will give you a lot of things around integration with Slack and all those things. But I guess those are already established things, right? I mean, they can you can do that. You can integrate with Mulesoft. You can do with Slack integration. You can integrate here and there. But these are a few real use cases. Okay, which is the actual point of having those AI based models products, right? And this is something which is I guess relevant to our day to day life. So anybody wants to add to this list? And I want to really discuss these use cases. These are fairly this at least to me they seem to be fairly useful.
Yeah, yeah, Shiva. Like I heard about many things from the chat GPT, but I didn't get a chance to do the any help in our area, like which will easy or give some space, like some save some time in
Hmm.
our day-to-day activity. So it will help. Like I
So, see, that is the whole point, right? I mean, why are we creating those things? And why? And if somebody has created those, and let's try to leverage those things, right? And try to use to make our life easier, business users' life easier, and so and there may be a lot of things. Of course, you would have seen a lot of videos now coming. I guess ChatGPT integration with Excel sheets and a lot of things, and those are useful cases. You can really use them to create a lot of boards, charts, and those kind of things, and they will really help. But when it comes to uh, our ecosystem, I guess these will find some space, and I can say these will find a lot of usefulness in our day-to-day life, right? So uh, we can always have a CRM assistant. So Salesforce. So if you go to the Salesforce UI screen, right, and you would have seen there are already Einstein-based chatbot there. They help remind and creating those reminders and those kind of things on Salesforce already. But if we want to enhance those things, we can also leverage uh, ChatGPT and products like ChatGPT. And chat support for ecosystem. So we can, whenever there is, if currently Salesforce has those teams which really, when you raise a ticket, P1 or P4, whatever, right? I guess before raising the tickets, they can, or if they create a product like ChatGPT, which they feed all the data from help.mulesoft.com, right? It might make a lot of sense, and it can bring down the number of tickets created every day, right? Because sometimes people write, or they go to this help.mulesoft.com, or they randomly search on Mulesoft on Google that they're facing that issue. But not every time the cues are correct, and not every time you get a proper answer. So if that can be done, and you can get the data back from those particular sections of, you can say, the catalyst, the knowledge hub, and everything, it would start making more sense, right? Then you can say an event platform assistant in terms of somebody who is managing that, and somebody working on day-to-day life with the manager, time manager, and those kind of things, right? Monitoring and everything. Then writing API specs, I guess we have established that already. DevOps pipelines, it can do that. You can test that. I have done that. And then Apex class development. If you are working with Salesforce, it can write Apex classes, Java classes, right? And you can, at least it will give you a structure. Now you can build upon that. Then SQL queries. Okay, this writing those SQL queries, a lot of it finds a lot of use case in the day-to-day life, and then so forth, so on. So, so these are few use cases I thought, and I think they can be used, and we can build upon more. The list is, of course, ongoing. It's not a small list; it's a big one. Okay. All right. So now, no, as everybody has an interest area in integrating the Salesforce with Mulesoft, or this ChatGPT with Mulesoft. So let's see if we can do that. Okay. So I mean, ChatGPT is not just the text a search engine. It's also image enhancer. It can do a lot of other things. If you happen to go to uh, this page, so you'll see there are completions, auto completions, chart, edits, images, embeddings, audio, files, fine tunes, moderations, those kind of things. There are a lot of other aspects also. So this is chat. So there are a lot of other things which can be done. It's not just the text. It is there are other things. Right? We can use that. Now you can quickly go on the this OpenAI.com and then you can create a token and everything, and then it's very simple to integrate with all these things. So let me show an example. So if I say that I want to elaborate, let's suppose this is a message. I mean, this is the message. This is what something I want to do that. So if I hit send, let's see what it says. All right. So now see this. This is the actual content which we give you back. Okay. And this is you can test this on ChatGPT also. So you will see that there might be a difference of words every time you generate the response, right? But it will give you data something like this. Now, and this is just a chat. Let's try to. The other aspect of ChatGPT is images, right? So you can give the prompt. Prompt is basically the you know what image exactly are you looking for and the size of the image. You can give, right? Okay, so it will generate two links. I mean, it generated two links actually. It can generate more links in terms of your usage or your queue. So if I try to open this link, let me copy it. So you can open any of the links. It might give different images. Generate two images. It can generate more or less. All right. Coming to one more capability of how it can read or it can convert audio to text. So it can do both text to audio and audio to text. So let's see if we can. Okay, so there is a file sample somewhere in my system, I guess. Not sure if we will be able to hear it, but let me try to run it. Not sure. is a sample of a music fade in, podcast content, and a fade out. So this is a sample audio, which has a few words spoken in the mid of it. So there is a file that we are putting into. Then let's see what happens. Our request. Why? Did something change? I might have messed it up. Select the file again. Yeah. So this is the text out of that audio. Yeah. And you can see how quickly it processes that and it gives this. And if you learn, hear that music, these are the exact words which are said there. So that is the kind of capability ChatGPT has. Okay. And these are a few use cases of chatting, images, creation of images, and enhancement, and then audio from audio to text and text to audio, right? And they are straightforward. There's nothing complex here. It's very straightforward APIs there which you can leverage. But the challenge here is, I mean, when it comes to integration, the challenge will be the timelines, the time, how much time it takes to process that. Depending on the use case or the cues which you give, it might take more than a minute, or it might take more than 5 minutes. Not 5 minutes, so but it might take more than a minute or so. So that is something which you need to be really aware of. That the time will keep on increasing depending upon the cues. So when it comes to integration with Mulesoft, that will be the only challenge, I guess, which will be the I can say the requirements, the functional, non-functional requirements, right? But these are like small use cases. You can build upon this the way you want to, and if you want to do a POC and those kind of things, we can do that, right? But coming to the actuals, this is something we should be targeting at. These are the few things which we should be targeting at. We should. There will be a lot of people doing the integration with Slack, Salesforce, and MuleSoft, and ChatGPT, and the whole ecosystem. But this list, and of course, this list can go on, and you have to find your own use case in your business. And if you can leverage ChatGPT or something similar to ChatGPT to help them with creation of maybe reports, dashboards, and those kind of things. And I guess that will be the real deal of how you use these platforms to uh, grow yourself, business, and everybody around you. I guess, and that will help you a lot. All right. I guess, yep, we did the demo. Any questions? Anybody has any questions?
Yeah, hi, Shiva. This is
Yeah.
Ritesh here. What I just saw was quite interesting. Are there any things that we need to be aware of? Like, are there any limits or threshold that could be crossed? And anything from billing perspective, uh, we may cross the limit and billing starts automatically or something like that. Uh,
Yeah, so that is something which there will be a collaboration with, I guess, people looking to utilize the ChatGPT platform API. And I guess this is just a sample use case, and things might get more complex than this. So I guess people will have to talk to have their facilities defined with OpenAI or Microsoft specifically, right? And then they can start leveraging these APIs and integrate wherever they want.
So no, my question is more from usage perspective,
Hmm.
wherein we are using the APIs provided by OpenAI, and
Hmm.
we are doing some demo, and somewhere down the line the usage increases. And is there any chance of what happens with AWS, where we forget to shut down the instance and the billing keeps on accumulating? Would
No,
something like
I don't think that is that is something which you need to worry about your sample account you create. I guess that should be fine. I don't think that is there because they will because you're not really creating any machine. You're not uh, creating an EC2 machine. You're not doing that. You're not locking any resources. You're just using the APIs. So, uh,
okay, good to hear that. Thanks, Shiva.
any other questions? Any thoughts? Anything coming to mind which can you know, create some different process of thoughts? It can lead to a different train of thoughts.
Shiva, can you help us explain like the integration? How did you exactly do like on the studio, which APIs like the authentication and everything?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's pretty straightforward. There is, yes, if you see the authorization, right? So there will be an authorization header. Thus, there will be a key given to you, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Then the key you can generate from not logged in. And then from here, you'll go to API keys, and you can create your own API keys, and then you can directly put that into authorization token. That's all. It's a very simple process. You go to your account and manage keys. That's all. It will give you a UI to do that.
Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, see, technicals are there, but the most important thing is the thought which can help, or the creative mind of yours, how you can leverage this platform. That is the most important thing. Rest everything will fall in place. And that is the key takeaway I want everybody to take from this session, that because platforms will be there, and they will be as we move ahead, and there will be a lot of AI based platforms coming day to day life. But how do you leverage that, and how soon you can think of any idea, that is something which will really help, and that is something which will change the course of how people have been thinking of and using the AI and AI based products, right?
So hey Shiva,
Yeah.
I'm wondering, do would we get the resources used in this meetup today for our?
Yes. Yes. I'll share that.
Thank you.
All right. So, guys, this is all I had. I just wanted to understand and share what I have been thinking so far around building, and how we can leverage this platform to create something which can be an asset to your organization, to your business, right? We are working with the product firm. So the takeaway is only to create, to think and to implement that solution, which can really change the way we have been working so far. And that is something which will take your career to a new level. But it will take a lot of creativity and it will take some efforts from the technical viewpoint. But yeah, that is all. So that is what all I had, guys. If there is anything around, any questions around the community, or there are any sort of challenges or Salesforce ecosystem, feel free to reach out. Uh, there are a lot of people on the community that they are ready to help, and I'm readily available on LinkedIn. Search with Shiva Sahu, you will get that. Right? You can always message me up on LinkedIn, and you have any challenges. I guess everybody is part of a lot of WhatsApp and Telegram groups of WhatsApp, Mulesoft. But if there is anything specific you want to talk around, and if you want to talk about, or you want to take a presentation in the next meetup for Mulesoft meetup group, anywhere, if you want to do it for Noida, Delhi, NCR, anywhere, you can let me know. We can arrange that.
Hey Shiva, I have a very question. Naveen here.
Yeah, Naveen.
Yeah. So I see this call is getting recorded.
Yeah.
Maybe for that, say example, a session has been a handover, a simple use case that everyone can understand. Maybe a handover session is happening between a development and a support team, right?
Mhm.
Post the call, usually people has the habit of sending the meeting minutes. Can we leverage this capability to just extract meeting minutes out of this recording, or probably maybe for that
Of
matter
course, of
this
course.
meeting?
Very good idea. Yeah. That's a very good idea. And if you go and see, if you search for a few products, there are a lot of products already have been created just to take the meeting minutes. There are already products there, but
Mm-hmm.
we can leverage this to build that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? It's a good one. Thank you for sharing. All right. Anybody wants to talk about something? Anybody wants to introduce themselves? I guess I see a lot of new people. And if somebody is interested to speak on any of the topics for the Noida Mules of Meetup group, just reach me on LinkedIn. Uh, I'll arrange the next session. Or there are any ideas, or for topics you would like to hear, or we can arrange speakers from around the world. Not a challenge. All right. All right, guys. Then I guess that's all from my end today. If there is anything, the PPT and everything will be shared on the meetup page where you joined. I'll stop the recording.